Howdy! Coming into HEFB 222, I was unsure of my future as a teacher. Yet through my field experiences, course activities, readings, discussions, and group presentations, I have had exponential personal growth and have gained vital knowledge on how to be a more inclusive, engaging, and impactful teacher. This class also has broadened my awareness of a few of the disparities students are faced with today, as well as what to expect and how to respond in the modern teaching society. Observing the life skills classroom in the school setting demonstrated the importance of structure, routine, organization, and goal setting, as well as the various teaching strategies that must be implemented to help modify learning for each person's needs. In addition, I was able to experience diversity and putting inclusion into action. On the other hand, the community setting is less structured and gives students the freedom to express themselves openly. I volunteered at a church budding children with disabilities, which provided the opportunity to engage in social interactions and less structured environment that they typically would not experience in the school. The church allowed autonomy for the child to adventure and incorporated a variety of fun activities to occupy them. My one-on-one hours included doing a 90-minute session with a boy who has autism. This helped me see that students have strengths and weaknesses, and it's important to realize and mend to these. I also learned the significance of getting to know my students deeper than on the surface and investing in their growth. This made working with him more meaningful to me. The course activities, discussions, and readings have all played an essential role in displaying what teaching is like in modern society and has given me insight on how to appropriately respond to these issues in my future classroom. For example, the ethics module has prepared me to understand the standards I, as a future educator, will be upheld to, which is important for my own safety, my colleagues, and my students. The Pecha Kucha activity helped me practice public speaking and not relying on words to present information. This activity also gave me a glimpse of the preparation and confidence that goes into presentations. In addition, this assignment in class, along with many others, prepared me for group work, which we use throughout college and even as a coworker. Participating in and preparing our own class discussions made it evident that facilitation takes creative planning in order to get the audience engaged and thinking. This component of class reveals the importance of respecting others' opinions, voicing your own ideas, and keeping an open mind. I learned that establishing a safe and opportunistic environment for students will encourage involvement in group discussions and class activities. My strengths include creativity and open-mindedness. Both of these assets will help make my classroom successful and fun. Another strength I have is my dedication and passion for my work. No matter what I am doing, I always believe that I should try my absolute best at it. My weaknesses include public speaking and having self-confidence in myself. One way that I can continue to work on these weaknesses is by practicing in other classes and realizing that this is a period of my life where I will continually learn and grow from my experiences. Lastly, I can ask and accept constructive criticism to evaluate myself from an outsider's viewpoint. One implication I will use in my future career as an educator is implementing the growth mindset in every aspect of a student's career. I will allow the students to be in charge of their progress and success through goal setting, evaluations, and self-reflections. I will allow my students to have autonomy by choosing their preferred learning method through my various presentations of the information. Every student will be constantly reminded of the possibilities that lie before them in the classroom and how they can carry those skills into adulthood. Something else I will do is build relationships with my students to foster the learning experience. I will get to know each and every one of my students deeper than merely on the surface. I will greet my students, facilitate class discussion, giving every student a chance to respond, and include activities and projects such as icebreakers and group presentations in order for students to step outside of their comfort zones. Lastly, I want to keep the learning environment an open, safe, and inclusive space. I will set aside biases that I've had in the past and value each student's education without basis on stereotype, socioeconomics, language, disability, race and ethnicity, or origin. I will be an open ear to my students as well as a cheerleader for their successes. I will celebrate and encourage diversity and acceptance in my classroom. I will also serve as a resource person and advocate for the health and best interest of my students.